All right, guys, we are back with Nick Fergis from property.com. Now, if you listen to the first part of this, we start to explain what property.com is and how it can help HVAC contractors or plumbing contractors, electrical contractors, whoever you are. It's a site that's based for homeowners to find real estate agents and contractors are vetted so they make sure that the homeowner is getting a quality contractor. It's an exclusive club. So if you listen to part one and then hit up part two, you'll be more informed, and then you can decide if you want to take something like this on at free of charge. So let's get to it. This is Nick Fergis on the HVAC Know-It-All podcast, and I'm your host, Gary McCready. This podcast is sponsored by Cool Air Products, Master, Cintas, and SupplyHouse.com. Go to the show notes and click on the links to check these guys out. So it's just a matter of time before everybody's locked into the same sort of features. We talked about the free sign up and the free mini or micro site. I mean, there's so many different names that we could use for that. But you've also got programs like that are tiered. So you got paid programs that'll give you a little bit more, and then another program that just gives you a bit more than that. So maybe go through a couple of those so everybody is aware with the free and then what they get with the highest paid program that you have to offer.
Okay, sure. So specifically, we call them the silver, gold, and platinum. Pretty creative. But the silver program is the free one, and that's where you get your. This is all contingent upon passing vetting. If you don't pass vetting, then we don't have anything for you. And,
Gotcha.
Yep. And the idea that if you're a good contractor, you want to be surrounded by other good contractors. You don't want to be surrounded by garbage. So we're a place that people can go to find quality service people. So you pass your vetting, you get your silver program for free through Gary. You get it for free. It's not generally available for free. Through Gary, you get the website and you get you'll get a certificate. If you're just a general contractor that doesn't come through Gary, then you can get your website for free, but you can't get we don't endorse you and provide you your certificate because, through Gary, we endorse and provide a certificate that we talked about earlier. That comes through the Gary version of the silver program. Then there's the gold program. So the gold program is for states, immediately our core states, like, we said, the core states right now are the three that I mentioned: California, Florida, and Texas. We have full functionality for those, but for the gold membership, we manage your reputation. We manage your, we have the ability to bring in drive traffic using AI and deep data. We can drive traffic to a landing page for you and create leads. So that comes through the gold program, and that's available all over the country. The platinum program has a deeper, it's a little more money. It's $279 for the platinum program. It's $79 for the gold program, and the silver program is free. Platinum program, you get the access to the full product suite. You've got your website, you've got your max traffic, we call it, which is what generates more traffic your direction using your own information. We get that out there. We manage that for you. We send it through your high conversion landing page, a max converter. Then we can qualify we qualify the leads that come through there, as we discussed. That's Max Qualifier. And then we have a product called Max Closer, which takes all your information. It's designed to walk in and sit there at the kitchen table with your customer and show them your cross-platform reviews, your job map of all the jobs you've done in their neighborhood with some data on there about who your happy customers are. It's got your pro showcase on there, which is your before and after photos or whatever photos you want to use. It shows all your credentials, and then it gives you access to some other tools to help close the deal. Forthcoming is the a proposal tool that has financing built into it. We call that Max Affordability. Proposal tool is really powerful. So anyway, it's got that set of tools. That's all in the Platinum Suite.
So Max Closer, that's something that is on the property.com platform that brings all of this information together. So when you sit down to try to get them to sign on your proposal or your quote for the job, that's all stuff that property.com it's on that platform, property.com, all of this stuff.
Yep, that's all available to the contractors that that sign up as paid members. There's something called Max Prospector, so you understand that Max Qualifier, as we described all the data from permits and energy data and everything that comes into that equity. We also do that same thing for target accounts. So you can say, as part of the membership, you get 1,500 qualified target accounts a month that you can use to outreach to, and you're using that qualifier on just addresses. So say I want all the I want all the homes in Port St. Lucie it within 20 miles. You tell the AI this, you tell Max AI, give me all the homes within 20 miles of my office in Port St. Lucie that need a new air conditioner and are going to get high value, high ROI out of buying a high SEER unit. So it can make those calculations for you, because some homes can get real value out of based on their energy usage and kind of the home attributes by buying a higher SEER unit. So you can ask the AI that, and it'll crank out, as part of the monthly platform, it'll crank out 1,500 of the best homes in your area you can market to. Same type of questions if they came, same kind of answers that you get if they come in as leads, but you can prospect with that and gather that same information. And then you can generate mailers, and so forth to them. The mailer part is forthcoming, but the prospecting tool is available. The mailer part will be out in a couple months.
I got to ask, because it's kind of cool to have. I mean, I go on to, I look at properties in my area all the time. I'm always on checking out properties in the area, just because I don't know, I just like to see what's available, what the prices are, just how the markets are going. And it's almost like if I was on like a real estate webpage and with all these homes available, but now I can pick like a contractor from it that's already pre-vetted. Like that's kind of how I see it. So it's interesting. Like, where did the concept come? Like, where did you must have been sitting there one day and saying, like, there needs to be a way to get property owners on the same site, but they can pull all of these different services off of the same place, rather than going to Google and searching contractors in the area and then going to find a real estate agent somewhere else. And like, where did you get the idea to bring all of this together onto one platform?
Yeah, a couple things. Started off with, like I said, I built the whole financing company around the PACE, Property Assessed Clean Energy, and it was a public-private partnership with government. And we realized that there's a lot of bad contractors. We found out there's a lot of bad contractors out there, and there's a lot of great contractors. And property owners we found out the property owners are really suffering from how to find somebody they could trust. And there wasn't really a good way for property owners to do that. They didn't have that visibility. So one thing we want to do on the property owner side, we wanted to say there needs to be a place you can go that you can count on getting a trusted service professional. And that goes for real estate agents and contractors. And the purpose of our call here is, contractors, obviously. But we wanted to build a platform that homeowners could come to find trusted professionals. And it's not just the original vetting that we do. We monitor the contractor's performance to stay on the program. If they get a lot of complaints from property owners, if they get a lot of complaints from property owners, and we remove them from the program. That's just part of keeping.
It doesn't matter if they're paying you the yearly or monthly fee to stay within the program. If they're not doing a good job, you still get rid of them.
We only have a finite number of classifications by geography that we're looking to endorse and prop up on our platform. It's not like an Angie's List where they'll take 1 million contractors. We have a different strategy. We want a platform that's got 10 excellent HVAC contractors in Dade County and 10 in Broward County and 2 in Orlando. That's our limit. We have limits by population size. And what we're going to do is we want to endorse those. We want those guys, those organizations to perform. We want to know that because it's a lot of work to vet somebody and then monitor their performance. But when we do that, we endorse them, and then we want to send all the business to that small handful of qualified contractors. And if they stop performing, one of them shits the bed, then there's going to be somebody else behind them that, we can replace a bad contractor with a good contractor. So it's not like we're giving up $200 a month because we had to remove you from the program. It's like, well, we'll replace you with somebody else who is going to perform well.
And that's why, when you guys reached out to me and gave me the whole rundown of how it worked, one of the first things I wanted to know is, are we taking every contractor, or are we taking only the good ones? And when you guys said, yeah, it's only the ones with the 4+ star ratings, that's what allowed me to open up the conversation even more and buy into more to what you guys are doing. Because like you said, there's a lot of bad contractors out there. I see them online. Like, I'm on all the social media platforms, and I see what's going on out there. I talk to techs privately and business owners privately through Canada and the US and even Australia and Europe and stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there that have no idea what they're doing, or they just don't care. They basically act like a chuck in a truck and they get on my platforms and they act like they know everything. That's why my platform is actually called HVAC Know-It-All, is because of the way people go about online. Everybody knows everything, and it really helps me to get you on here and to talk about this with you and my audience and say, hey guys, this is a legit platform because you're only accepting the best of the best in the area. So I commend you for that. So is there any other features you think the audience might be interested in knowing about property.com before we head out for the day, Nick?
I think that's a pretty good summary, Gary. You did, however, ask me why, I founded property.com, and I kind of gave you what the homeowners needed side of it. What I didn't really say is, after I built that big financing company, I started my own home improvement company. We did HVAC, we did windows, and we did roofing. And I learned really that business is about building credibility. You want to be able to get in front of people. You want to put your best foot forward. When they find you, you want credibility. It's about getting endorsed by credible third parties. It's about doing good work. It's about showing, you do good work, but if nobody knows about it, right, then it doesn't help you bring in traffic and generate leads. So I didn't want to start the kind of company that we're going to go spend $100 million in Super Bowl ads to drive leads. So we're not that kind of lead generation platform. I wanted a platform to address the needs of contractors, and that's to get their good work out there, let people find them from the good work that they do and keep credibility. And so it was founded for two reasons: to bring homeowners with needs and contractors with needs, and then real estate agents with needs all together. And I bring up real estate agents because we are going to be launching them soon on the platform. And the importance of that is we have this digital Rolodex built. So real estate agents can, when they sell a home, a homeowner comes aboard, they say, hey, get on property. The real estate agent says, get on property.com and use my Rolodex. I know you're new to town. I've got a Rolodex of all the good contractors I use. It covers everything. And that's a property.com digital Rolodex that they just, when the property owner signs up, they automatically get this digital Rolodex of all the certified, vetted professionals from property.com that can help them. This is a good kind of synergistic relationship on this platform. And that's why I didn't want to just completely, I know we want to talk about contractors, but that's an important part of it. So, you want to be on that Rolodex, and you can refer real estate agents too. You can have your own Rolodex for people that you want to refer to property owners to, and you can have your own Rolodex for other contractors. You're an HVAC contractor and someone says you've got a good roofing company. Yeah, I've got a Rolodex. I've got a Rolodex here of other contractors I can refer you to. And by the way, we track who refers who. So, we'll be able to enable you to get value out of that. Right now, we don't have a way to kind of monetize that between your companies, but we're a technology organization. We will, you can count on us delivering that as well. So these are all important parts of this kind of platform.
Yeah. And when you said the word Rolodex, I'm thinking if there's some young guys on here, some young new business owners that are 20, 25, they're probably wondering what a Rolodex is. Well, I don't want to insult their intelligence or anything like that, but yeah, Rolodex, guys, just in case you don't know, it's like a big wheel that sat on your desk, and then you'd flip it over, and then there'd be contacts in this wheel of flippy pieces of paper where you could get your phone numbers and stuff like that. So
yeah, it was a legacy way of maintaining your contacts in a big roll, but now it's a digital Rolodex. So it's a digital contact list that you can just hand over from.
Yeah, when you watch old movies, you can see them sitting on the corner of someone's desk, which is kind of funny. Cool. So the other thing that I just wanted to run by you real quick is there seems to be a giant, like every single day, and I'm not kidding, Nick, every day I get a message through any given platform. It could be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, and it's just some random person. Like, it's just a name, there's no company name, and it's like, hey, I generate leads. You want 15 to 20 more leads a month? Like, who are you? Like, how do you even know this industry? Like, what position do you have in this industry for you to just approach me and tell me you're going to give me 15 to 20 leads? Where is this all this? Where are all these people coming from? Like, you're in this space now because this is what you're doing, and you're doing it legit with all of these like things you're putting in place. But, like the Max Closer, the know before you go, like for the know before you go to see what work has been done at that particular home and stuff like that. where are all these lead generation people coming from, and why is it all of a sudden just booming like this? And everybody on Instagram is getting the same messages.
There's a number of things. I mean, there's obviously the historical, Angie's List, Thumbtack, Modernize, those guys that have websites that generate leads, but the quality of the stuff that comes on there. It's a lot of tire kickers. It's a lot of garbage. That's kind of what the legacy systems are. But then the reason why it's upping now, but there's much more access to data now, and there's more access to kind of internet tools. And, we absolutely leverage some of the same things. We're a brokerage site, so we leverage a lot deeper set of data and a deeper use of AI. But there are these other tools out there. They're using technology, and they don't know shit about, home improvement. They're just using technology and algorithms to go try to, reach out and try to find anybody that'll click on a button that says, yeah, I need an air conditioner deal, or yeah, I need an air conditioner deal. And then they click on it, and you have there's no knowledge of the home. There's no knowledge of the homeowner. The homeowner has no knowledge of the contractor that they're going to get services with. And you can imagine a homeowner that would click on something like that. If they don't have any knowledge of who they're about to use, well, then how good a quality, how serious are they? What are they really looking for? Are they really looking to make, a $15,000-$20,000 investment in a central air conditioner that if they don't even know what they're clicking on? So, you can get a deal like that, but it's a lot of bad quality. They're not in touch with the consumer, and it's just a technology shop. So.
Yeah, and they can be sending anybody there. They can be sending the worst 5 contractors in the area to that person's home to put a quote together. And I've also heard horror stories where some people will use these services. They've gotten ripped off where they pay them and they never heard from them again, or they'll show up to do a quote for a potential lead, and there's 3 other trucks already sitting on the driveway.
Well, that's all those guys, because it costs them money to do what they do, and they're not making a ton of money. They're trying to make ends meet by cranking volume. So honestly, they'll still that same lead. I did this. I knew this from the finance business. I knew this when I had my own contractor, because I looked at what they were doing. And, they'll send that out to 10 contractors because they get paid by every one of them. And they'll say, oh, we send it to 1 or we send it to 3. But they send it to a whole bunch. And, a couple hours later, they'll send it to a bunch more until they really fill up the books with them. That's why you get that.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I mean, thanks, Nick. So again, the site you're going to go to for that free microsite on property.com is mccready.property.com. Okay. Amazing. Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, everybody. Nice talking to you.